Hi, I'm Clifton Warren, and welcome to the Top Producer Podcast, learning everything you know to succeed. When I was 17, I joined the United States Navy. I finished school early. My mother signed the paperwork because I was under the age of 18, and off I went to Orlando, Florida for basic training. Everything was going to plan until week 3, and that's when they were conducting swimming tests. Now, I never learned how to swim. I'm from Sacramento, California, which is inland on the West Coast. And I just never went to the beach often. I just never went to pools. And a lot of my friends did swim, but it's just something I never took up. However, to pass boot camp, you had to learn how to float for 5 minutes on your back. Now, I noticed on the side of the pool, when these tests were taking place, the instructor, who was a Navy SEAL, had a long bamboo pole out. And so if you got into trouble or when you finished the test, you grab the pole and they pull you out of the water. I thought I could do that. So when it was my turn, I climbed up the diving board, which was about 10 meters, 33 feet up. And as I looked down, I was told to cross my arms and I jumped. And I hit the water, and somehow I knew, whilst I couldn't swim, I knew instinctively that when you reach the bottom of the pool, you push down on your feet and you come back up to the surface. Well, I did that, and as I came up, I came to the water and I grabbed the pole and they pulled me out. Now, the swim test was supposed to be for 5 minutes. I was in the water for about 5 seconds. The instructor quickly worked out that I could not swim. So they gave me a choice. Either they can teach me how to swim or float, or they can simply fail me and send me back home. I took option 1 of learning how to swim. So they taught me how to move my legs like I was riding a bicycle in the wading pool. And after everyone else had finished, they called my name again, and I climbed back up the 33 feet in the air on the diving board. I crossed my arms, and I jumped in the water. I came up to the surface, and I started moving my legs like I was riding a bicycle and flapping my arms around. I managed to stay afloat for 5 minutes, the first time I've been on top of the water. The instructor poked me with a stick. I grabbed it and he pulled me out of the water. He shook my hand and told me I passed, and that was my Navy swim test. And it proved to me then that no matter what, everything that you need to know about anything is learnable. Someone's gone down that road before or is going through it presently. And when it comes to selling, everything you need to know about selling is certainly learnable. See, there's no born salespeople. There's no one comes out and is natural gift of the gab, despite the stereotype of the salesman who's a fast talker. Everything, all top performers, they've had to learn their craft, their capabilities somewhere along the line. How to prospect, how to close a sale, how to conduct a meeting, how to close, how to follow up, how to present themselves. All those little traits are, in fact, learnable. And you learn by attending courses, you learn by coaching, you learn by being role models or being modeled by your manager or superior or your boss or somewhere along the way. But it's important to know what you need to know to learn. And sometimes people, when they make the shift into selling, they become frustrated. And I've had a lot of success working with professionals that were really about to give up, about to change careers because they could not sell. And when we stopped, slowed down, and worked out that everything they need to know is learnable, they relaxed, and many of these went on to have very successful careers. So when you're making that leap into selling, or you're changing roles or changing territories or portfolios, you need to sort out your priorities. You can't learn everything at once. And you may already have some skills that you've picked up somewhere else. So the first thing is to work out where you are now. So if you're brand new to sales, where are you now? If you're brand new, it's going to be about learning how to prospect, get appointments. If you're already an established person, but you need to raise the bar, it could be, how do you connect more successful meetings? How do you get higher quality buyers? How do you close the sale? Or how do you nurture? Each of these segments are learnable. So you want to firstly take an analysis of where you are now, where are you going, and what are your gaps that you need. Now, sometimes you might need a outside perspective to point out some of your gaps to you. You may not know what you don't know, and that's fine. But once you have a little plan, you pick 2 to 3 areas and you start to work on those. And it doesn't take long. Before you know it, you will start to get the rhythm. You'll start to develop your own way of doing it, and you will be on your path to a great career in sales. So just like I had to learn how to swim to succeed in the Navy, you can also learn how to sell. No matter who you are or what your personality type is, you can learn how to sell well. But you got to work out your priorities, where you are now and where you are going. I often wonder, what if I would have taken option 2 and said, I'll go back home? My life would have taken a whole different direction, and I probably wouldn't be speaking to you now on this podcast. I'm Clifton Warren. Thanks for listening.